And he winds up out of bounds, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter. That'll be the end of one in this AFC North battle. Our score, 14-0. We're back to Paycor Stadium right after this. Back at beginning of the second quarter, Ravens in possession. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Going run again with Jacobs. And they'll bundle this up after a 4-yard gain. Dre Greenlaw getting there for the stop. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 28. Forced out to his right. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
All right, set now, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Jacobs. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Off play action, it's Fields. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the intended receiver. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Shotgun snap to Fields. Complete beyond the marker. And in for the Baltimore touchdown. Well, Brock, not much to say other than the fact that this offense on point. They are just clicking today.
Just rolling. I mean, this is clinic. This is what I call teaching tape. Being well prepared and, more importantly, going out there and executing at a high level.
Prater on for the PAT. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Ravens stretch their lead to 21. Out to kick it away. Here's Pinion. Trey Tucker to return it. And he's going to be touched down as that return comes to an end. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Back to throw, Stroud. Pass into the hands of Dalton Kincaid. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a massive 35-yard pickup, 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
1st and 10, give to Harris. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3. Harris once more. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. We're to the 2-minute warning from the jungle. The Bengals in possession. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5.
All right.
Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. He's got it near the 10. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals chop some of the lead off before the half. Marvin Harrison Jr. with the touchdown. Well, Brock, that proved a little too tough to stick to. Turns out it was the right route to get a touchdown on that play.
Yeah, those corner routes can be some high risk at times, but big-time rewards. Think about this for a second, Kate. We talk all the time about the efficiency of a slant route and in breaking, that angle breaking in. Right, higher completion rate, you're throwing something breaking in. You have a corner that breaks out. Obviously, the efficiency may not be there, but boy, touchdowns and big touchdowns can follow when the two stay connected.
The kicking team out there now for the Bengals, and they're going to send this away. Devin Duvernay to return it. Returns looking good so far. The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. Putting a receiver in motion. Fields on 1st down. Escapes the pocket. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting the first. First down throw for Fields. He's on the move. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough.
Got him!
You know, these are
Got
the
him!
plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Hits him on the out route. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
They'll come up 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Cut near the goal line. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. 4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Fields out of the gun. Catch is made in close. Touchdown, Baltimore. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns. It has been wash, rinse, repeat for them offensively, Brock, as, well, we all wait for this defense final little backbone before they...
Look at this. Somebody come look at this. Look at this. Somebody come and look at this.
It's just a machine. Surgical, defensive.
Look at this. Somebody come look at this.
Embarrassed here pretty quickly.
That one splits the uprights. And the Ravens stretch their lead to 21. Out to kick it away. Here's Pinion. Tucker now on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Stroud off the play fake. And the first down pass set away by a defender, incomplete.
With all due respect to some of the great linebackers back in the day, to play the position today, man, you've got to be versatile. You can't just be a come up and stuff the run. You got to play coverage. And these defenses more and more rely on you to break up throws just like that.
2nd and 10, Stroud to throw. Couldn't bring it in over the middle, incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Here's Stroud. Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. Brandon Stevens has it. And he takes this one back for the
Got
pick
him!
six.
Got him!
Second time he's had an errant throw taken back for 6 in this half, Brock. As a quarterback, how do you come back from this knowing there's so much game left?
How do you come back from it, or how do your family and friends come back from it? I know as I get older, I think about them more and more. As a competitor, you're just going to grit your teeth and do what you can. But for the loved ones following, that's a tough second pick 6 to watch.
Prater adds the PAT. And the Ravens continue piling on to this lead. A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. Tucker now on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. Just 25 seconds remaining as they get all set up for 1st down. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Edgerrin Cooper there to make the stop. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Tucker now on the return. He's got a lane up past the 30. Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35.
We don't always know what's said there at halftime, Kate, in the locker room. Some of the adjustments offensively and defensively, but I can assure you the special teams coach pulled his kick return team aside and said, listen, we have a chance here down double digits to spark this game. Let's go out and get a great return to set the offense up for success. And that's exactly what they did.
2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. Now an inside handoff to Harris. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of about 3, so a 1/3 of what they needed. 3rd and 6 coming up.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stroud. He puts some power on a deep one left. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. That punt goes unanswered, no return there. And they'll get ready to go on offense.
Here we go.
Shotgun give now to Jacobs. Avoids the defender. We've got a foot race. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore. They stick with Jacobs. Another big rip for him. At the 20. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens push their lead further to start the half. It's a Josh Jacobs touchdown. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Tucker now on the return. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll start with a give to Harris. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2. Running behind center with Harris. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10.
Oh, right. 11.
The give now to Najee. And the push forward doesn't get beyond the line. Brought down by Dre Jones. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Stroud from the pistol. Buying some time right. Taken in by Harrison. And he takes it up and across midfield into Ravens territory.
It's one thing to draw all these routes up when you're in the pocket. It's quite another when a play breaks down. Timing on routes change when you leave the pocket and scramble. What a great adjustment to still deliver a clean ball.
A 3rd down run with Harris. Jukes one defender. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down. Najee takes this one. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4. Thankfully, only 1 quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. It's the Bengals with possession, but they're in a pretty deep hole to start the 4th. Second and 6 coming up here.
Here we go.
Harris gets it on the counter. And this run doesn't have the juice of that last one. He's stopped at the line. Looks like no gain on 2nd down, and that leads us to 3rd and 6. Stroud. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
We've learned how valuable sacks in a pass rush are in today's NFL. It's a bit surprising, isn't it, Kate, that that's their first sack of the game, but they found other ways to produce success on both sides of the ball, and they finally pick up a much-needed sack on that stat sheet.
And things just seem to keep snowballing for them. Now their special teams is involved. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Jacobs gets it to start the drive. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
On second down, Jacobs. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make third down easier to handle instead, we did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this third down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
Extra DB out there for the Bengals. Third down coming.
Don't jump. Ready? Go.
Play action, Fields. Wow, his first real mistake. That's intercepted. Derwin James picks it. And he's going to go. It's a big 6. But we all know getting the interception is the important thing, Brock. But how about this guy having the wherewithal to transition into a really nice return to then get the touchdown out of it, too?
Yeah, that's a great point. We talk about it with receivers, right? Getting vertical right away after making a catch. Same thing for these defenders when they make the pick. They secure the football, sure, but instantly they go back to their offensive days. They want that touchdown, and they want a moment they won't forget.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. Chooses to bring this one out. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. This is Jacobs running left. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Out of the shotgun, Fields. He puts some air under a deep throw to the left. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. We've reached the 2-minute warning from Cincy. Ravens moments away from their 4th win of the year. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Now Fields. That's caught for the 1st. And he got this close to midfield before going out. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down.
Here we go, son.
Handoff here to Jacobs. And he's brought down for a loss.
These stops, they don't always make the end-of-game highlight reels, but they absolutely should. The coaches and players know it. Offenses are always counting on yards on that type of run. And anytime it results in a loss, it could be a potential drive killer.
All right, here we go. 2nd down.
Go, go. Here we go. Good.
Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Bengals will take over as he records his 1st interception of our season. So it's been a bit of a mixed bag for him, partner. He does have the 3 touchdowns in this game, but also now a couple of interceptions.
You almost feel like, Kate, he's seeing most of the picture on how to attack this defense, but just not quite all of it yet. It's largely been good, as he said, some nice touchdowns as well. But there's still a couple of these looks in coverage that are giving him problems, and he's got to figure that picture out.
It's a pickup of 11, and it sets up a Cincinnati 1st down. Staying on the ground with Harris. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show up.
And he'll bring it into the end zone. Touchdown, Cincinnati! The Bengals making the scoreboard look a touch better. Najee Harris, the touchdown. Now, this one has been a long game, no doubt. But, hey, something positive to look back on there.
But they didn't quit, Kate, and I know that sounds a little cliche at this professional level, but it really is an important thing. This one will still hurt, but they showed some execution and fire.
That one right down the middle. And the Bengals cut the lead by a quarter, down now to 21. The kicking team out there now for the Bengals, and they're going to send this away. Return starts at the 9. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The timeout's taken now as we have 1, possibly 2 snaps remaining in this ball game. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Wow, they're going to pass it here. Stays in the pocket. And this falls incomplete with just 2 seconds remaining. Trying getting it to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And it's going to be 2nd down.
Hey, Kate, you know that line, time is of the essence? It certainly is in the pocket. Not enough time there to let that play develop down the field, and the two were not able to reel it in.
This undoubtedly the final snap of what's already a decided contest. Throwing again on 2nd down, Fields. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Derwin James picks it. So the Ravens will fly home with the win. And they take their first skirmish with their division rivals, with a chance at a sweep awaiting them later in the year in their building.
Listening to the album, good luck. You're on your own.
Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn.